Joining me now is Mikhail Zygar, the former editor-in-chief of the only independent TV station in Russia, TV Rain, which stopped broadcasting indefinitely after coming under pressure for its coverage of the war in Ukraine. He's the author of the book, All the Kremlin's Men Inside the Court of Vladimir Putin. Mikhail, we've heard such strong words from President Putin yesterday. Just take us into the mindset of Putin. He's described by U.S. officials as completely isolated from many of his top advisors, not talking to Lavrov for months at a time. You wrote in an essay in the New York Times, quote, according to people with knowledge of Mr. Putin's conversations with his aides over the past 2 years, the president's completely lost interest in the present, in the economy, social issues, the coronavirus pandemic. They all seem to annoy him. So his whole focus is regaining control of Ukraine?
Hello, and thank you for having me here. No, that's true. Actually, since the pandemic, after that long quarantine of 2020, he has become much more isolated than he has ever been. And he seems to stop caring about the current political situation, especially even about current economic situation. He is absorbed by the history. And that is what he's discussing with his probably the only friend and advisor, Yuri Kovalchuk, who that doesn't have any official position, but who is his longtime ally and friend. They have been spending the quarantine together at Putin's residence at Valdai, that's between Moscow and St. Petersburg. And Kovalchuk shares Putin's idea that Russia's greatness should be restored, that's the right moment to have some kind of revenge for that humiliation caused by the West in the beginning of the 90s, because that time Russia was really weak. And now, according to Putin and Kovalchuk, that's the moment when the West is in its weakest position. And he considers himself to be as strong as ever.
And from your analysis and your knowledge, is there any real hope for negotiations? Because how could there be an off-ramp if this is his main goal? Why would anyone trust him to observe, promises of neutrality by Ukraine in exchange for a withdrawal or a ceasefire? Mikhail, I think we've lost our connectivity, unfortunately, with Mikhail. We'll try to restore that. And, okay, we've restored that. Mikhail, I don't know if you heard my question.
Did you hear me?
But is there any hope for negotiations when he has this goal of taking over Ukraine?
I don't really believe what he wants, any kind of negotiations. Probably he understands that he's in the deadlock and he needs some kind of compromise and way out. But at the same time, he knows that Russian propaganda is able to portray the situation as his victory, and he can explain to the audience of Russian state-owned TV channels that Russian soldiers have liberated Ukraine and it's a victory. So that's not a problem for him. At the same time, he's not ready for any real concessions. Probably, according to his mindset, his compromise is that first he threatened with pushing the button with the nuclear apocalypse, and then when he decided not to do that, that's a concession from his side.
Well, it's all fascinating, Mikhail Zygar. Thank you very much. All the president's men, all the Kremlin's men. Thanks.